Okay, so it's hot. It's in July. We're in Texas. A lot of questions on the boards about those portable coolers. We're going to talk about that on this edition of Taking Off. Okay, so here it is. This is the Artic Air. This is kind of like the Coca-Cola for the aviation industry. There's a couple of other alternatives out there, and there's a whole bunch of homemade options. But we're going to talk about the Artic Air. It's what I have. This is the heavy-duty version. It's the one that has the 2 vents, and I actually even have a longer hose for if I had this in the way back. But danger will. No, I'm not going to go there. Okay, on this cooler, you'll notice that it's nice and big. It's actually too big. I've used this on a 172, and it takes up everything that's not a pilot or co-pilot. So it's just too big for a 172. But we've got a Cessna 210 here, so it's a 6-seater, so we got plenty of room and plenty of cubic space that we need to cool. So when you look at it, you've got the 2 blowers. You've got this air intake right here. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Okay. The air intake, it's going to pull in the hot air and it's going to run it over coils. And then the coils are being cooled by that's old water, by a pump. So this pump will pull up cold water and run it over the coils and then bring your air through that. And so the air comes into this staging, this holding area that you have your ice as well, further cooling the air, and then send it up through the fans. So that's the basics of how it works. Now, for those who are a do-it-yourself and you make your own, a lot of people just buy a cooler, stick a fan, cut a hole, put a fan on it, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, you're doing it. It's not quite officially a swamp cooler, but you're pulling up the cold ice air out, but it'll go pretty quick. The advantage of this, having a pump and doing that, is that it will last a lot longer. It's colder air. So there's an advantage to having the coil system. Is it expensive for the Artic Air? It's an aviation product, so yeah, we have to spend a lot. Now I bought this used off of eBay, but anyway, that's the basics. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get it going. A lot of times I will freeze these jugs and use these instead of bags of ice, but I forgot to do that. And that's one of the problems with these coolers. They take a little bit more maintenance than having like an onboard AC, which I actually have an air conditioner on this plane, but it's inop right now, which is not good for July. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pour regular water and get a layer of regular water on the bottom here, because the pump, I mean, it's going to pull up that water up through the system. So there we go. We have that. Now, we got our ice, and I'm just going to set the bag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one bag, keep it in there, but I'm going to tear this one off so I can get that ice all in that water. And, now what we have today is a photo mission, and my photographer, Ron Gonzalez, will be joining us shortly. There's Ron. And Ron will be able to tell us if it's noticeably cooler. It's not too bad actually right now because there's a cloud layer that came in. It's not the brutal Africa hot that we've been having. All right, so there we go. This thing is ready to go. And next up is I've plugged in the cable. And for those who are wondering, it's a lighter cable that will go into, most of our planes were made in the 70s and 80s. I mean, this plane still has an ashtray. Go figure. But anyway, you stick this into the lighter. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the 24 volt versus 12 volt issue. Most of our lighters, are 12 volt, but check your POH to make sure. So they make these to be 12 volt. Even though my plane system is 24 volt, the lighter is 12 volt. So that's important differentiation. Know that. So, all right, let's go flying.
Oh, test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. There we go. All right. It is sweaty hot. Sweaty, sweaty. Woo! All right, so now we get to see if this thing actually works. You ready? So I've plugged it in. Now, I probably need to bring your squelch down through the mask. Enter. Okay, exit.
Can you hear me? Oh, there we go.
Okay, we're going to start the pump. we'll start the fan. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, cool air. If that's the case, let's close our windows. Now be aware, hang on, you got that. Oh yeah, actually that feels quite good. Okay, so it is working and instantly it feels a lot better. Okay, so we're gonna fly right now. I'm flying from the right seat, I'm the pilot in command. Ron's been doing a teeny bit of studying, but it's been months, so I'm gonna do most of the stuff here. A little bit of instruction for Ron as we head an hour flight to our location where we're gonna do some photo work. Okay, so now I'm gonna focus on flying.
I remember when the last time I flew.
It'd be in your logbook.
Probably Harlingen, I guess.
Yeah, it could be. That was a while back. That was the 51-mile final, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I should have brought a temperature gauge or something, thermometer. Guess that's what they call that, right?
Yeah.
Transponder is set, altitude is set, flight plan is set. Flight controls, let's check them real quick. Uh-oh. I just pulled it out, I think. Okay, do me a favor. Let's check the breakers. There we go. It did pull it out. Okay. The lighter. Let's just know which one that one is. No, don't pull that. We're good. There's a lighter one. Let's just make sure these cables aren't bound up on flight controls. Okay, good. So before takeoff. Okay. Before takeoff list is complete.
Number 20 Yankee, runway 17 right, you're clear for takeoff. Pony head of a Seminole, that's just turn right base.
Okay, ready for clear for takeoff, 17 right, 20 Yankee.
74 Tango departing at Centurion prior to arrival southbound.
Affirmative, 74 Tango.
All these birds playing right here. Goodness, birds, get out of here. Okay, here we go. Nice big runway.
Yeah.
Airspeed's alive. Engine instruments good. There's rotate.
75.
Okay, that's good. Gear's going up. Flaps coming up. Good.
Choose Yankee, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Appreciate the help. Choose Yankee. Forward departure, Centurion 4620 Yankee 1,900 for 7,500.
November 4620 Yankee, departure better contact, cleared to the Bravo.
Cleared through the Bravo, 20 Yankee. Hey, I'm cleared through the Bravo. Look at me, I don't have to argue with them. Have you heard about that?
11 departure better contact, turn right heading 270, climb and maintain 17,000.
Oh, I talked about it in a video last week, but...
Approach with the X-ray Alpha Romeo Tango Sierra, the send me of a
I'll tell you in a minute.
arrival information tackle.
Okay, so we've been running for 20 minutes. My knee kept knocking the plug loose a little bit, and so I look up and it was turned off because I was sweating. But it has a green light that tells me it's on. The problem is that even plugged in, the green light's gone off, and this thing is super hot. It's so hot, I now have a scar on my finger because I touched it. So it looks like our fuse is not blown, not tripped, but I cannot get this on. So it's either blown a fuse inside here, which is why I burned my finger. I went to go turn it. Yeah, I burned my hand pretty good. Can't feel anything now. I should grab some of that ice out of there. Anyway, that's not good. And I don't know if it's because of my plane, but now we're 20 minutes in and this is no good. Okay, so we're at cruise, and you know, we can always go higher too and get some cooler air, because the outside air is 80 degrees. So maybe we'll just go higher. We're in a Centurion, we can do that. Thanks for flying along. You decide what you want to do for the heat, but stay cool, stay safe. We'll see you next time.